Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Time for one and done trivia in the Playhouse. I've got 4 players lined up. I am under the impression that one of these 4 players will get at least one of these questions right. If not, well, then we move on, because I think they're all like C- difficulty questions. Randy texted in. He said, so if I don't get these right in my own head, I'm dumber than C-. And I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, Randy.
And I can't help.
How is Nicole today?
Good.
As the first one through, do you find yourself nervous or do you find yourself confident because you're smarter than C-?
I'm pretty nervous.
Okay, there's 9 questions in front of me. The best part is you're in complete control of your destiny. Pick a number 1 through 9. I'll give you the question. If you can give me the right answer, then you win. It's one and done trivia. If not, we have to move on to somebody else and another question. So what do you want?
1.
Number 1. I think this is the easiest. Nicole, on a dartboard, what number is opposite of number 1?
Opposite, do you mean diagonally?
No, opposite, like on the other side of it. So if 12 is the top, 6 is the bottom, 3 is the side, 9 is the side, what's opposite of 1 on the other side of it? Or what's opposite of 1?
Like going left?
No, just straight up and down.
Yes, see, I'm confused.
There's an
I'm
opposite.
confused,
God
too.
bless you all.
It's not like it's at the top. Like, you want to go diagonal?
Whatever's opposite on the board. Go completely opposite.
There
So,
is
like-
no opposite.
Yeah, there is,
Hanging
but
up.
it's
I'm moving
19.
On. I'm
It's
moving
19.
on. I can't do this.
Am I right? 19?
Yeah, 19 would be right. I have to move on. I got that made me so angry.
Oh,
Tabby,
my God.
pick a number. Not without picking the number 1. You got 2 through 9.
6.
6. I feel like you guys are all pushing me to the edge right now. Like I feel like
awesome.
there's a little bit of a conspiracy to make me snap and quit. Number 6. I can't do this, guys. What is originally developed as a torture device in the 1800s, but many people still use them today?
Is it a whip?
It's a treadmill.
What?
Yeah. Sorry, Tabby. You gots to go. Ashley, are you smarter than C-? We've gone through 2 that aren't.
I hope so.
Pick a number. Now, you can't use, 1 or 6?
5.
Question number 5 in front of me. Which state are the tallest sand dunes up to 750 feet tall found in?
Arizona?
That's Colorado.
I don't think these are like common knowledge questions. I think you feel like they are.
Only one more. Sarah, you either have to save the day or you're all giant failures and you can never, ever be part of the show again. No pressure.
Okay.
Pick a number that hasn't been picked. I'm going to read you that question, and we're going to move on with one and done trivia. Either you're a hero or a goat.
7.
Number 7. You're not going to get this.
Oh, no.
I thought they're all easy.
Their last names are Roberts and Carson. Who are they?
Daily. I don't know.
Carson Daly. Daly would have been his last name.
Yeah, I
These
just
are last
asked you.
names.
Okay, you got to go. I can't do this. This is...
You're being
Do you know
so
it?
rude
Do you
and
know it?
pretentious.
Do you know
And
it?
Carson and what?
Their last names are Carson and Roberts. You didn't know this either. I
Eric?
thought this was common knowledge.
Eric?
Barbie and Ken.
Who would ever know that?
Is
Barbie Roberts? Ken
It is-
Carson and
it's
Barbie
Barbie Roberts and Ken Carson. You did not know that.
They don't even have real privates. Who would know their real name? Nobody.
I can't. All right, let's get you all caught up this morning. We call this the 4 Before You Hit the Door. 4 stories that we think are pretty pivotal as you get your Tuesday morning started, like...
Well, some call it karma encompassed. A 34-year-old Hibbing man was hospitalized after being pinned under a vehicle, and investigators found tools consistent with that to remove catalytic converters, a common target of thieves, and so a baggie of white powder suspected to be meth. Based on field testing, was also found underneath the van that was lying underneath the car.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Text in what a catalytic converter is worth.
is it enough?
I gotta know. I mean, this thing has been going on a long time where people are stealing these from cars that get parked on the street, from cars in parking lots. They go into parking ramps. And
Did I tell you the other day, I think I saw somebody doing it?
The guys that are good at it are super fast. They can get out they can get under your car, get out in 1 minute flat, 60 seconds flat.
Well, I was walking from my car into work and I see these sparks from under a car, and I was just like, I'm not going to deal with grown men in the middle of the night.
I would have called 911.
You would not.
Yeah, I would have.
Would you have?
Yeah, I would have. Because I'd be really pissed if somebody didn't do that and they saw it on my car.
I know, but I didn't know.
Well, somebody just texted what it's worth. If you go out and, like, if you were to jump under Kat's vehicle, which is parked right out here, it's the black one.
It's the big gray truck, grayish, blackish truck.
What is it worth? What could I get for a catalytic converter? If you know, I'm not encouraging you to do this. I just want to know what the value is. Because
on it.
Right. General consensus is that you can get $800 to $1,200 for a converter.
Yeah. And if you have people,
Hannah.
if you're like that main guy, the puppeteer, and you have people going out and doing your dirty work, and then they just bring you these.
So think about
sell
that.
Them, they get a cut.
If we were to put together a gang of catalytic converter thieves, and we go out at night,
not.
But if you were the head guy and you said, "Listen, for every one of these you sell, you're going to get for every one of these you get $300. Bring it back. I'll take the other $700 when I sell it, and I'll take you'll take the risk, but." And think about that. If you're really good, you could steal 10 of these.
What a rotten thing to do.
Radio Paparazzi.
So Elon Musk says his reason for buying Twitter is just super simple. He says that it's not living up to its fullest potential as a platform for free speech. And so, he shelled out all that money.
The board, ultimately over the weekend, they had to sit down with Musk and try to hash out a deal. Musk owning Twitter continues to be a bit of a head scratcher, especially trading in his Tesla stock, about 10% of it for Twitter. It starts off with freedom of speech. I think that's really been the starter for going after Twitter. But ultimately, it's really trying to shake up social media.
I think one of my favorite memes yesterday was Elon Musk was Mufasa holding up the Twitter bird was supposed to be Simba. It's kind of funny, but all right. So during her Saturday night appearance at Coachella, she's still pretty cool. People are not going to not listen to her music because she just ate it. Billie Eilish is down.
Oh, jeez.
I just ate. Ow!
Here's her brother.
I tripped on the fire thing.
Like a good brother does. Laugh.
Just in the back, giggling about it.
Yep. All right, Lance Bass, he had to live a lie for most of his life, and he could not come out as gay because essentially there was like an enterprise behind NSYNC. You know, there would have been a lot of people affected by him coming out.
Unfortunately, I think, yes, NSYNC would have been tarnished if I would have come out. But I would have loved to see what that would have done at that time in the late 90s of coming out in such a big group. Would it have helped many people? I hope so. Would it have destroyed our career? Probably.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I do. I don't think the world was ready for that. You know, even though people have been coming out for a long time, it was like you have your impressionable young daughters and you don't want them to know about that world. Sadly, he had to fake it.
Well, when you live off of young girls buying your music thinking that they're in love with you and that there's not a chance, I get it.
Blowing out their candles today, Jordana Brewster is 42, so is Channing Tatum. Rapper T-Boz from TLC is 52, and I can't believe this, Kevin James from The King of Queens is 57 today.
We've got email. We've got email. Got email. Got email. We've got email.
All right, let me break down the email we got from Lucas here real quick. He and his girlfriend are going to move in together, and they've been waiting to do so. He says, but she has 9 cats. 9!
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I've always tolerated them at her place, but I said when we move in together, I don't want to have any pets. And she said, I'm heartless because they're her babies. So I said, maybe we could tolerate a couple of them. So he's going to make her cut 7 from the team. And he said, can you ask your listeners who's being irrational here? Irrational.
It's not like she leaves floss places. This isn't that kind of issue that will have to be cleared up before they move in. These are beings that she is taking care of that have loved her back. And then you say, choose 2 out of the 9. You can't do that. That's not nice.
A couple of the more...
And I'm not even a cat person. So
Interesting text that we got. This one says, I'd rather take 10 cats than a man any day. Men will only cheat on you and steal from you.
wow.
Kate, I'm guessing... Never mind. This one says, fast forward 25 years, and you're with a crazy cat lady. Move on, dude. That was from Kyle. Let's get your thoughts on this. How's Caitlin doing?
Yeah, I agree. Bye-bye cats. I'm sorry. That's too many. I mean, how do you even get 9 cats? That's too many cats.
Well, I think you
I
probably
know,
got a
but-
boy cat and a girl cat, and if you leave them alone long enough, then there's another litter of cats, which they raise. But
But he walks into that situation, and they've been together for a little bit now. So,
I do feel like if you've been dating long enough to move in with each other, you already know about the 9 cats. If that's a deal breaker, you should have broken it off before.
yeah.
listen, here's how guys work, though. You're really cute, and we're sleeping together. And I can tolerate your 9 cats at your house, but I always get to go back to my house where there are no cats. And now I'd like to sleep with you more and more often. So let's move in together and leave those cats behind because now you have me. That's how a man thinks.
This is very premeditated, though. He has known she's had 9 cats, and he's just been planning to have this conversation this whole time. That you're going to have to just ditch 7 of them.
Yeah,
Bring
I
him
feel
to a
like
farm.
you should have had that conversation a while back.
Right. And she probably would have let him go a while back because I guarantee she's already not happy with this conversation.
Hey, Caitlin, if the owner of our company came in here today and said we have to let one of you go, it can't be Kat and JJ anymore, who would you fire?
I'm not picking that.
I know you want to say Kat, but you don't want to hurt her feelings, right?
Caitlin, does it rhyme with JJ?
Okay.
All right, we'll let you go.
Inside all the time. So, I mean, if it comes down to it, you're going, JJ.
Oh, what? All right.
I love her,
You were,
I love her,
you
I
were
love
breaking
her, I
up.
do.
I'm sure you were going through a tunnel. We didn't really all hear that. I hope you have a really good day today, though, even though you're super mean.
No, she's not.
Have a good day, you
Yeah,
guys.
take care. How's Alyssa doing today?
I'm good.
Hey, would you agree that we're supposed to fire Kat today?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely
Stay
not.
on topic.
Okay.
Stay
so
on topic.
what do you do about the cat thing? Say you're the girlfriend here. How do you handle this?
Well, I'm a big cat person, but, even I think 9 cats is a lot.
It is a
I
lot.
would not want 9 cats. And I guess maybe they could compromise. And, if they do move in, they have an area just for you that the cats aren't allowed.
Oh, cat-free zone.
Yeah. But, you also have to think, the recommended litter boxes for cats is however many cats you have, 1. So that means she's supposed to have 10 litter boxes. That's a whole room
Yeah.
of litter boxes. That's a lot. So, and then the vet bills, the food, all of that. I just feel why would you want 9 cats in the first place?
How do you know the regulations for litter boxes?
Well, I just looked it up.
Oh, you did?
it just
Oh,
says,
okay.
I was doing
yeah,
show
you're supposed to
research for
have-
you guys. I heard you were talking about it, and I was on hold. I looked all
I've known
this
that
up.
for a while.
Yeah.
You put more into the show than we do.
I do think that it's excessive, but some people have inner reasonings of why they collect certain items. And maybe she collects cats to make her feel better about a certain situation. Maybe he needs to do some digging.
Thanks, Alyssa. Hope you have a really good morning, all right? Take care. I appreciate it. What are you guys' thoughts on this? How's Shelby doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for calling the show. We were talking about this email we got from Lucas, who wants to move in with his girlfriend, but she has 9 cats. And he says, okay, get rid of all of them but 2. And she's like, you're heartless. Those are my babies. How would you handle this?
Well, personally, I'm a cat lady. I only have 3 cats still. And I do have to say, when you have, cats and have such a close relationship with them, it's really hard to depart with them.
Yeah.
So I would just say keep all 9 of them for now, and as usual, things get old and pass on, then maybe after that state, they can just cut a big do with a smaller amount.
Okay, are you in a relationship right now? Are you living with a partner?
I am not.
Okay, if let's say Mr. or Miss Wright come along and you meet them today, you're grabbing a coffee at Starbucks and you lock eyes and you know it's meant to be, but this person says, listen, you can only have 1 cat in our relationship and you're more than welcome to move in with me rent-free and I'll pay for everything. Could you get rid of 2 of yours?
I personally could not.
No, you'd say no to a meaningful human relationship to be able to hang on to 2 cats.
Well, don't knock a meaningful relationship with a pet. I mean, your wife would choose your dog over you
Yeah,
any day.
I know. That's what I didn't want to get into today because this really makes me feel bad that my wife would choose a dog over me. So.
I think if it's a meaningful relationship, they would make do with what you have.
They'll
good
figure
point.
it out. I
Good
mean,
point.
cats are going to die off, right? I mean, eventually they'll have just one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Shelby. Have a really good day today.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, Lexi, I'm realizing you are the most patient human being on the planet, and you've been on hold for like 15 minutes, so thank you for being on the show. What do you think about this? It better be good.
Well, I think that Lucas to bite the bullet on this one because, I mean, there is very meaningful relationship with your pets. They're your family, and also, say she brings them to a shelter or whatnot. The odds of them getting adopted, it's going to be traumatic for not only the pets but for her. So, I mean, say she goes along with it, Lucas is going to have a very depressed, grieving girlfriend. And is that what the base of this relationship is going to start like? I wouldn't think that's good.
Well, I can just tell you the topic of almost every single fight that they'll have. Or it'll end with, and you made me give away 7. You know, like it'll come up all
You know what this
the
reminds
time.
me of is when Dwight puts Angela's cat in the freezer and kills it on The Office. Have you seen that, Lexi?
That's horrible.
No, so Dwight goes to, like, he kills one of Angela's cats. He puts it in the freezer, and he tells Angela, well, it was dead, and I just put it in there so that the rotting meat didn't smell or whatever. And then they find out later that the cat had, like, clawed into the frozen vegetables because it was freezing to death, and it died in the freezer.
Why are you jiggling?
Well, the way they set it up was kind of funny. I'm not laughing at dead pets, all right? Let's just get this off the table right away. But, Lexi, what kind of drive do you have in the morning that you were being able to just hang with us for like 20 minutes?
I drive for a living, so I always got an hour drive out to where I go, an hour drive back, so I listen every morning.
Appreciate your patience and for you being on the show. I hope you have a great day today, okay?
Thank you.
Buenos dias, I'm JJ. There's Kat.
Some would consider today a Taco Tuesday. What are you guys having for dinner? Do you know? Are you going to bring Trisha something? In the hospital?
I don't know. I got to hustle out. We got a baseball game that starts at 5, so I may circle back around, or she's just stuck with hospital food, I guess.
Okay. Well, maybe they will serve some fajitas. Oh, I have this guy that just
It
posted
just
on
made
Facebook.
the tips of my ears hot hearing that.
He's like, Taco Tuesday, Fajita Day. And I'm like, I can just hear him say it because he has this really like raspy voice. Think of somebody saying that in your ear, like whispering it. Fajita. He always, but it reminds me of like what you do with like shul, you know?
I've always said, my dad used to say that. He goes, have a good day at shul. And I would look at him and he'd go, say it like you spell it.
It's true. Some people do. Like my dad will always call it a knife. You know, like, just to bother people. I always say skizzers. It bothers Liam like so badly.
No, there would have to be a K in there.
It's an SC.
No, that's a S.
Then why
That's
do we
right.
say school?
Well, school is wrong. It should be a K in there. It should be SKUL, school.
Okay.
It
and that's
should be.
why you're here right now. I want to know what words do you mispronounce on purpose? Like fajita.
I do Valentine's Day.
Yes, I
for the
know you
week
do.
leading up to it. And listen, I've been doing it for 10 years on the radio, going, yep, all right, Valentine's Day is coming. And people will always text it. Is he saying Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Yes, I am. And when you get angry, it makes me happy. I find a bad amount of joy
He
in
loves
people
it.
really, really getting tweaked. The other thing I like saying is Bambulance.
Yep.
And I like saying it to my kids when they were younger because I'd be like, oh, did you see that Bambulance go by?
Yeah.
And they want to correct you, but you're their dad.
Yeah.
And they're not old enough yet where they don't know they're right. They still have that confidence issue. And so you could tell they're kind of taking it in. And my goal was always that they would be like, they'd raise their hand in school and the teacher would say, okay, Reagan, what do you think that is? That's a Bambulance.
Yeah.
It was always my goal to
Wrong.
hear about that, where they were in a public setting and they would go, that Bambulance drove by really fast.
So we have somebody that mispronounces things, but I think it's only because they don't know how to say it, like supposedly and supposedly and escape and stuff like that. I don't know if they know what they're saying.
If you are around me and you say especially, I would. There's only a certain amount of restraint I have left in my being. I'm becoming an old man. You have to understand. For 30 plus years, I have been holding back on people that say especially.
Yeah.
And I don't have many years left where I'm not going to be able to react to that, probably in a physical way.
If people want to know how you react, I can only compare it to like when Elmer Fudd gets really upset and his whole body turns red starting at the ankles. And then he's like that, and he just explodes. But what words do you mispronounce on purpose?
Let's
like
do this.
Vaginas. Everyone's saying sandwich or quesadilla.
Oh, yeah.
Quesadilla.
How's Caitlin doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Mispronounce something. Make us mad.
Well, I have so many, but this one definitely takes the cake.
Okay.
I was a senior in high school, and me and my friends were watching a national park documentary, and they kept saying this word, and I said, "Are they talking about Yosemite?"
Oh no! One of your vacation destinations to go see Yosemite, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So now I have a sweatshirt, and I can't say Yosemite correctly. I have to say Yosemite from now on.
And you were 18 years old, ready to start your adult life and head out into this big, big world, thinking it was Yosemite.
Absolutely. I did it with Pokegama, also Pokegama Lake.
Oh,
okay.
Now the words, the proper nouns, if you see somebody from outside of the area, they don't always say Minnehaha.
Right.
There's stuff like that. But Yosemite is pretty much one of the big ones that most people in the country should know.
Most people texting in when people say Pacific, just to be Pacific with you.
Oh, that
and not
drives me crazy.
specific.
Thank you, Caitlin. I got time for one more real quick. Levi, give me a word that's going to make us angry.
Paschetti.
Oh, yeah.
That one's good, though.
Brefix.
Brefix. Oh, my sister-in-law
one.
still says brefix.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But does she do it to get you to this point?
And
Here was
the point. Here was the point. It made me so mad. She had brought up, thanks, Levi. Have a good day, man. I appreciate it. She pre-made. They came up to our cabin last year, and she pre-made the week before tons of breakfast burritos.
Oh, nice.
But went out, chopped up the sausage, put bacon chunks in there, some onion, wrapped them like a Chipotle burrito.
Yeah.
They were huge. And I went out fishing that morning. I came back in, and she was pulling them out of the oven. She had reheated them all. And I go, oh, my gosh, Abby, what are those? Breakfast. I think
You
is what she
can't
said.
even mispronounce it because you're not. Breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos. And I stopped.
Yeah.
And this is a woman with 3 children. All right. She's a grown ass woman with a good job and a good career. And I looked at her and I couldn't do anything but set my coffee down on the table and walk outside. It physically made me so angry that she mispronounced the word.
Yeah.
I had to separate myself from the herd before something bad happened.
You lost your appetite for breakfast.
I'm very excited to get into these, but I feel like I need to set the mood with the appropriate music.
We hit a nerve. And that's only because I saw one of my friends post that he's excited for Taco Tuesday. Not for tacos, but for fajitas. And I've heard him say it.
That just made me angry.
But he does it on purpose. He doesn't say it because he doesn't know how to say it. But I love this one because I think about it all the time, Caroline. Espresso. It's not espresso. I know you want that surge of energy like express-like, but it's espresso.
It's the same as especially.
Yeah.
If I get into another meeting and somebody goes especially because oh my God.
Chelsea says hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres.
But that's how I say it to spell it correctly. I need to say it like that so I can spell it correctly.
Katie, what's the word that you automatically say incorrectly just to make people angry?
I don't, but it's my husband, and he says jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
Yeah. But
that's like a dad joke.
So when he's at Subway and ordering his Subway sandwich, he intentionally says extra jalapenos, please.
Yeah. So I'll take that over the people that just don't know how to pronounce it and they say jalapenos.
Oh.
Or jalapenos.
Now, what's the reaction your husband gets from that Subway sandwich artist? Is it an eye roll, or do they just genuinely ignore him when he does it?
There's a stare, a disbelief, and then rolling eyes, and then mostly ignored.
What about the people that say
weird.
Chipotle? Don't you just want to crawl in a hole? It's not Chipotle.
A little bit.
I feel like we're
Or
devolving.
my grandma, she says Walmart.
Oh,
with a
Walmart.
K
Oh,
at the
that
end,
made
or
me mad. That made me
with a K at
mad.
the end all the time.
But you know what? The older people get, the less they know how to pronounce things. Like my mother-in-law, it's a running joke because she'll just constantly mispronounce things like ibuprofen. She cannot handle ibuprofen at all. Ibuprofen, neosperm, which is a bad one. I'm like, it's Neosporin. Stop. So, yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks, Katie. I appreciate you being on our show. How's Chelsea doing today?
We're good.
Good. Mispronounce something to make us mad.
Okay, for the longest time, I would say laptop instead of laptop.
Oh, no.
And I always thought it was because we always went to the computer lab. So I was like, laptop, let's go.
How old were you before this stopped,
Let's
Chelsea?
go.
It was actually very recent when my fiance was like, it's laptop. I was like, what?
You never saw the word in
Oh,
print
no.
and noticed there was a P there instead of a B?
It's on your laptop.
No. Yeah, it was weird. I just never really looked for the word, I guess.
You know
But
what? Your
yeah.
reasoning is okay.
Laptop.
I mean, you go to the computer lab, you do. I get your justification on that.
But how old were you when you realized this was not lab?
Well,
Is it this year old?
25.
It was 25.
I was this day old when I found out. That's
Chelsea,
so funny.
thanks for sharing. Have a good day.
I can't believe she is going to graduate high school.
It is crazy.
That's
We
nuts.
moved here right when Reagan was a baby. She was 1 year old. We celebrated her first birthday.
Yeah.
Right as I had just started my gig here at KCLD. She was 4 months. Well, so maybe she was like 8 months old when we moved here. It was buck wild. She's going to be graduating.
I know. And she's always led a really privileged life, which is why I don't want to fall short when it comes to giving her graduation gift. I have a good list going, and I feel like it seems like just yesterday I took her to dance. You guys needed me to help out. You were going this way and that way, and I got her in my Chevy Aveo, and she said something like, "Why do I have to turn this to put the windows down?"
Right.
You
She's
know?
never known how to roll down a window.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit right here.
I
was like, because I'm poor.
I tried
Get
to
in my car.
I tried to instill in the boys a work ethic that somehow skipped the girl in the middle.
Yeah,
And,
but good thing she's got her looks.
So she's on line 3 right now, and I know you had a couple of questions for her, and you want to kind of skim things out.
Reagan, I'm going to name off the following items, and I just want a yay or nay because I'm trying to figure out what to get you for your grad gift, okay?
Okay.
And your dad
And
thinks
be
they're all
honest
don't.
here. Don't be like, oh, that would be so nice.
Yeah,
to
don't
have.
be
Just
nice.
super
just-
honest.
Okay, here we go. A yes or a no, that's all I require. A mini dorm room Keurig.
Have one.
Blanket with your face on it.
No.
A car care kit.
No, I won't have my car.
A sewing kit.
No.
A St. Ben sweatshirt.
Sure.
A coffee
Sure,
gift.
not yes. That was a sure.
A coffee gift card to Local Blend.
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
I got
triage
three.
those. What's the number one thing you would want out of all of
So
them?
out of the St. Ben sweatshirt, the coffee gift card to Local Blend, or money, which one is most important?
Money.
Sweatshirt to St. Ben's. Got it. Okay.
Got it. All right, good. Hey, have a good day at school. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye. I would not have turned down a blanket with my face on it. That's pretty cool.
That's creepy.
But whatever she wants.
Her first dose of real reality is when we send her away to school without a car.
Yeah. Well,
That will be her
whatever.
first-
You or Trisha will go and pick her up.
I know we
and
will.
bring her
She really needs it.
wherever.
Here's the problem, though. Her big brother is just on the adjoining
Yeah.
campus. And so I feel like she will enter that freshman year with a certain swagger, knowing that she's probably learned all the ropes already through
Yeah.
Big Brother. And he's got, things pretty dialed in. So how about this? What was the most, when you went through all your stuff, when you graduated, what was the most creative thing that you got? What sticks out in your mind more than money?
More than money, my older brother gave me a self-defense kit. But the thing is, the mace was so hard to open that I would have to tell that person to, don't
Hold on a
assault me
minute.
yet. Don't assault me. I got to get this open. But he got me those. He got me some, brass knuckles that had some points to it. And, my brother, Casey, my older brother, has always been, very practical with gift giving and thoughtful. So
Do me a favor.
he kept me safe.
Text us real quick. Outside of money, what was your favorite gift you got for graduation? I used almost all of my graduation money. I bought a really nice pool cue, which kind of helped put myself through college. That was it. Except the one thing that I got, which was pretty funny. I was always a fan of Gumby, and when you get a little bit older, at least in our school, what happened is when you got a little bit older, if you had an open period, you'd spend it in the library. We weren't able to go like off campus. And so we'd always hang out with Miss Perkins. And I got to be like really good friends with her because she was just a smart ass too. And we would joke around and stuff like that. She got me this like 6-foot inflatable Gumby.
Yeah.
And when I came home from my graduation party, it was in my bed under the covers.
She put that
And it
in
said,
there?
well, I think she gave it to my parents.
Oh,
and it just
okay.
said, from Miss Perkins, gonna miss you, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool. That's sticking in my head right now. I graduated 174 years ago. But as my daughter's preparing to graduate, you're like, what do we get her? And I told you, it's money. That's all she's going to want.
Yeah, I know cash is king. I do. Maybe I'll do the sweatshirt and a gift card, though. Because, like, I want her to wear the sweatshirt, and then every time they wear the sweatshirt, then they're like, oh, Kat got me that.
I think she's already got, when she decided that was going to be the school she was going to go to, she got
She said yes to it.
immersed, and she just didn't want to say no to stuff like that.
No, she's got your personality. She'll say no.
Nicole, thoughts on this? What was something really interesting you got?
My parents actually did a video and put it on a DVD of the day I was born to the day I graduated.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I still have it. So my oldest is 16. So it's like I want to do the same thing for him. And so he was watching mine, and I'm all like, see, I still have it. So it's like awesome.
Malia had texted in monogram towels. I had a roomie that would hoard towels. I knew which ones were mine all the time.
That would be a good one. I could get her the butt face towel.
Oh, yeah, the one where you're not supposed to wipe your face with your butt.
Yeah, then she'll know which side she wiped her butt crack with.
Ernesto, the best gift I got after graduation, a slap from reality.
Oh, yeah.
What's trending is this sheriff who is now urging people to just shoot robbers and kill them because that will save taxpayer money in the future. You have to hear this, dude.
If somebody's breaking in your house, you're more than welcome to shoot them in Santa Rosa County. We prefer that you do, actually. Whoever that was, you're not in trouble. Come see us. We have a gun safety class we put on every other Saturday, and if you take that, you'll shoot a lot better, and hopefully you'll save the taxpayers money.
This was at a press conference where he got on the microphone in front of the television cameras and said, if somebody breaks into your house, please understand how to shoot so you can kill that person so he doesn't end up in jail and waste your money.
Is it true if somebody breaks into your house and you shoot them in the back, then you probably won't win your case because it looks like they were trying to escape?
I don't know.
Or if they're shot in the front, then it looks like they were approaching you.
A lot of it's going to have to do with, did they have priors? Were they armed? I mean, there's a ton of things
That's
that go into
so sad. You should be able to protect your dwelling. You have your babies there.
I know.
It's your house.
But it's taking another human life at one point too, right? And so I'm not looking for how you feel about the being able to shoot someone when they come into your property. That's on you. All I want to know real quick though is, of our listening audience, who has actually completed a gun safety course? I took my first one when I was like 10.
I did. I went to 3 classes at Tactical Advantage and then shot.
So are you certified?
No, I'm not.
Oh, no. So
but I went to 3 classes because I don't own a gun.
You dropped out of gun safety class.
I don't own a gun, so therefore I wasn't invested, but I was very interested in the process, and therefore I thought it was great. I thought it was very knowledgeable and interesting.
And some people grow up in a situation where you don't take the gun safety class. Your mom, your dad, your grandpa, they teach you how to shoot right. I just remember having to go through the class, and my dad was a sniper in the military, you know what I mean? So he could have just taught me, but he wanted somebody else to teach me. So I went through the class and I got my certification, and then I went hunting and stuff like that. I just want to know how many people listening actually have a gun certification, like you went through the gun safety class that was taught and you've got a card to prove it. If so, just text in yes. Just looking to see how many people are certified for gun safety, because this guy is clearly on the edge and he's urging people to kill each other if they go into their homes, which is whatever you want to believe. That's not the story, but text us.
Radio Paparazzi.
So Kim Kardashian, this is sad audio to me because this means in 10 years she didn't have somebody, even though she was married to somebody, she didn't have someone to do the simple things with, and Pete just does them.
We were driving in the car yesterday, and I just looked at him and I was like, thank you. And he's like, what? And I was like, for running errands with me. This is so much fun just to go to a doctor's appointment or go to the dentist and just run errands. I'm having so much fun.
Doesn't that make you sad for her that
No.
she didn't? What?
You're
Why?
so rich and privileged that you don't have to do the crap
You sound so jealous when you talk
of course
like
I'm
that.
jealous. She's got $63 trillion. Here's what I'm saying, is nobody in their right mind chooses to run to Target to get deodorant. That is a waste of time for a human being. There's
It's
nothing
a waste of time for average people that look at it like, oh, I got to get there and do this because I don't have someone to do that. But for her, it's a luxury to be able to go out.
Feel bad for me because I wasn't living a peasant life for so long, please.
All right. The CBS morning interview that happened with Megan Thee Stallion, she let out a few more secrets, one being that she had such a fear of cops that she lied to them about getting shot in the foot.
For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Like, even though this person just did this to me, my first reaction still was to try to save us. Like, I didn't want to see anybody die. So I just said, I stepped on glass. So when I see people trying to use that against me, like trying to act like I'm lying, I'm the one who said I stepped on glass. I was lying to protect all of us. And sometimes I wish I really would have never said that.
Until you've seen so many people around you been done wrong by the police, you don't understand that mentality.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And this was only 500 days ago. Some people might be like, she should be over it by now. That's very traumatic to be shot at by somebody that you thought that you were friends with.
And then the other thing is, imagine being so scared of the police. You didn't do anything wrong. You were shot and you lied to them.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want something bad to happen to you.
I know.
Like, that's horrible.
Kris Jenner going viral. And I watched this scene the other day when the second episode came out where she's in the car with Khloe and they're at the airport and they're about to get out. And the driver was still in the car. And she wanted to tell Khloe about how Travis Barker wanted to propose to Kourtney, but she needed to be alone.
Can I ask you to leave us alone for 5 minutes? I just want to do something real quick. Thank you. Is his window rolled up?
Yes, but the trunk is open.
Close the trunk.
You're yelling at a f***ing guy.
Close the trunk.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind closing the trunk for a moment? Thank you so much. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
And what was this, just so that they get the perfect shot?
No, she just wanted to keep it a secret. She didn't want the secret out in case somebody heard. But that's my mom and myself. Like, at the beach, I'll be abiding by all the rules. But, like, in Jennifer's world, like she's bringing glass on the beach, dogs. She walks past all the signs, but the signs
Those
in her
are for
mind,
someone else.
they say except Jennifer at the bottom, And then I have to remind her. I'm like, oh my God, you reminded me how to act when I was younger, and now I have to remind you how to act when you're
break
older.
the cycle.
I know. I try.
Good for you.
Blowing out their candles today, we have Channing Tatum turning 42. Carol Burnett is 89, and Kane from the wrestling world is 55. Are you okay?
Guys, I'm on the backside of a stomach bug, which has really turned me out the last couple of days. And what's happening is I'm on the cold sweats. This is twice so far. The show is 51 minutes old, and twice so far I've had the cold sweats in here.
Do I have to be nervous about anything? Like,
No,
are you bringing anything?
I keep checking myself. I don't have a temperature. I don't have a cough. I don't have nothing. There's zero other than the fact that, like, right under my rib cage is rock hard. My stomach muscles, it feels like I did sit-ups for maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Just rock hard right now. And I have violent diarrhea. Like, violent diarrhea.
I bet you there's something lodged.
It has went from army green to neon green, now to clear.
I don't know what clear means because nobody can
I feel like I'm going to
clear.
get dehydrated very soon. So, I'm trying to stay off coffee this morning and just pound water. And I woke up and I was so thirsty.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I'm on the shade of dehydration. But it makes me like right now I have the cold sweats. I'm shivering and I'm sweating. Like, this is like interrogation or malaria.
You look like you do when you eat wings, and you have to put your paper towel on your head.
I feel like
I'm nervous for you. Okay.
That's all right. We're going to make it.
We're talking about the divorce. It's not yet final, but Natasha Lyonne, she's from the American Pie. She's a really dry, I think she likes girls.
She's a cerebral human being.
She's been with Fred Armisen for 8 years. They have been together.
Complete opposites, aren't they?
I don't know. I feel like he's a pretty introverted person.
Yeah, but he's just
comedians have dark sides.
A goofball.
But yeah, they went through a pandemic together, and they came out. You either came out stronger, or you wanted
how
a
much
pool
you don't
and
like the person you're with.
They just couldn't decide on the fact that she wanted a pool and he did not. And she said, we love each other very much. We're just two people that could not decide on a swimming pool in our backyard. I feel like there might be more to it, but, pretty trivial reason to get divorced. So if there were one reason out there that would be so minor and you go to a divorce lawyer and he's like, really? That's why you're getting a divorce? What would it be for you and Trisha?
I'm stuck between her not letting me keep the pool table or her not wanting to go to Wrigley with me anymore during the summer. That's just,
she doesn't want to do that anymore?
If she did say that.
Oh, there's got to be things that are going on right now. Probably how she treats the dog, like allowing
that dog
to do whatever.
Worked its way into becoming more and more. Like, I used to sit next to her on the couch.
Yeah.
I used to get back rubs.
Uh-huh.
That's not happening anymore.
The
dog has a spot now. I've been moved off the couch to the recliner.
Yeah.
Like, we got one of those fat chairs, like the really big wide ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that now.
Okay.
And the dog sits where I used to sit on the couch. And I used to get like the occasional back rub. And now I find her stopping like in the kitchen halfway to rub the dog's belly.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to rub my belly.
That would
so
feel
the dog
awful.
the dog is slowly inching her way into my wife's life a little bit more every single day. And yeah, I would say that if she doesn't get weird about the dog yet, like she did buy it a new collar with some bows on it.
Yeah.
So she at least here's how she thinks she's being coy. She'll buy our female dog a Cubs collar.
So you have to like,
but it's got little bows on it.
It's a girl.
Yeah, I know, but it's still. You can't wear I can't wear a Cubs collar with little bows on it.
Sure you can.
No.
If I had to pick up one thing that I would gladly write down in my divorce decree, it would be the insane amount of butter knives that are just hanging off the side of the sink because Derek feels like he's going to use it again. So one will have peanut butter with a little bit of jelly still on it, and it's dried, but he'll still put it back in the jar. And then one has butter on it, and then one just has peanut butter.
That knife hanging over the edge is the universal sign of I might be using this later. That's what that is, man.
I know.
You got to recognize.
Like, why can't you just have like a plate, a designated plate somewhere? Why does it have to hang? Sometimes there will be four facing into the sink,
and
I'm
That's
like,
a smart man.
So that sometimes it's like he thinks that there's going to be like a, how there was a toilet paper shortage, like Q-tip shortage. So he only uses one side and then cuts it and saves the other side. Like if I only use one side, I just throw it out.
Only use one side. How psycho are you if you only use one side? You're telling me
if I feel like I have more water right here, I just go blah, 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 and then I throw it out. I don't
do both ears with the Q-tip?
If I don't feel like I have
That's
to,
a
then I
sociopathic. Oh my God.
Okay.
Just so I fully understand the levity of this. You're telling me on given days, you will pull out a Q-tip and only use it on one ear?
If I feel like the other one doesn't need it, yeah. But like if he puts ointment, like if Liam's been blowing his nose all day and he puts some ointment around the nostril or whatever, he'll cut off the other end, put it back into our glass jar.
That's fine. I don't even mind that. But you're telling me you don't do both ears with the Q-tip?
Give it up.
This is sociopathic behavior. This is what John Wayne Gacy used to do. Mussolini?
Is something going through your head right now where we've sat together for almost 16 years and now you don't know me? I don't know the person sitting across from me.
I don't feel like I can look you in the eyes. It's like staring into the sun.
Because I'm beautiful.
That's not it. But who only uses one ear? This has got me shook. I feel like one side is longer than the other. Like I feel off-centered right now.
I just don't need both sometimes.
That would be it. If you and I were married, the decree for divorce would say she only
that's
Q-tips
the reason.
one ear.
Okay.
How about you?
Let's begin now.
What it do? The Tuesday show is ready to flow, so here we go. How is Kat?
I is good. How are you today?
Good. I'm probably like at 50% operating power right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday I think you were at a 20.
That's what I told Trish. I'm like, I'm at 20%. I feel like such a piece of crap. It's some kind of stomach bug, and what it won't do is it won't like release my upper stomach muscles. Like they're just rock hard. So I'm
Maybe
assuming.
You have to fart.
Well, I'm assuming I got some kind of a gas buildup, but like I can burp and it feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
And if I fart, here's the problem. I can't trust one right now. I'm at a point where I can't trust one right now but the good news is, and I'm trying to be my own medical team here, it started with an army green diarrhea.
Okay.
And then it turned more to like a glowing green, like the Hulk.
Great.
And it's now a clear. Yeah.
I see where you're going.
So I feel like I'm on the right path. I feel like clear diarrhea is better than regular diarrhea. And I feel like I'm more at about 50% right now. So I woke up just feeling a little bit better, like a little bit more energy. So hoping
Maybe you have
that
a tapeworm. Lucky.
I don't. Nobody's this fat and has a tapeworm. So hopefully we'll get through it today, and then tomorrow can be a fresh start. How was yesterday for you? What'd you do?
Yesterday was good. We just kind of went through the motions. We had baseball, and then today we have our first game, which is going to be cool. I cleaned the house. I cleaned my car, which felt good to get into this morning. I made some stuffed chicken, and it was stuffed with jalapeno artichoke spinach dip.
That sounds delicious.
It was incredible with some asparagus. And so that was good. And then got in a little 90-day fiance and then went to bed.
So Trish went in for a chemo treatment yesterday. She's there all week. And so we're just kind of waiting for everything to get done. And then the chemo to get going in through her and everything like that. So we just sit there and kind of watch TV and talk. I watched more TV yesterday than I had realized that I have probably since the start of the year.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, just, and it's crazy because she's like a big Friends fan. And it's not that I'm not a fan. Those jokes are dead after I hear them once.
Don't they
you know
have
what I mean?
Seinfeld on?
Well, she likes Friends, so I'm like, you're the one in the hospital. You get to pick what we're watching. So I'm just, so I kind of did that, worked a little bit, I spent more time on social media and watching television just yesterday than I did throughout like the beginning 4 months of the year. So I feel completely caught up.
Start planning your dining now for the first ever Greater St. Cloud Restaurant Week. I am budgeting for this. It's going to be a good time, May 16th through the 22nd. Now, each group of restaurants are going to have a theme to go with. So you'll have to head to our website, type in keyword news, and go to the local tab, see which day piques your interest. So Monday's going to have worldly flavors, and there's like a list of restaurants and what they're offering. Tuesday is tacos. Wednesday is dessert. Thursday, burgers. Friday, pizza. Saturday, appetizers. And then Sunday, my favorite time of day to eat, breakfast or brunch. So that's going to be a good time. I don't know. Treat your family. If you can afford it, go out and have some fun.
I think it's kind of fun with days like that to be able to go to places you don't usually go. Kind of
and
expand
support
your
the area.
horizon a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they're doing this with the group that's putting this on, just to kind of raise awareness of how many amazing restaurants we have in the area. All right, so no one hit the Powerball jackpot in 10 weeks. So pushing the top prize for last night's drawing was at $438 million. So that is obviously going to go up by the next time we play.
It's going to be $500 million by the time we play tomorrow.
Going to be crazy. So this mom is accused of making a bomb threat to Cocoa High School in Florida. And they say that she left a voicemail. The school resource officer knows her voice, knows what she sounds like.
She's so active that they know her voice.
I guess, but she threatened to blow up the school because of the lack of food that her son is given at lunch.
She doesn't have that number. That's not her number. Not her son, not her telephone, not her anything. It's all going to be cleared up. We're going to take care of her, but there are definitely some people who need to be held accountable because this is not the way that it's supposed to go.
I don't see what it could ever help to threaten to blow up a school.
I agree with you. And it doesn't help that you just got into a verbal altercation about the exact same topic with somebody in the cafeteria the day before. So it's just like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course that was Jennifer. She was just here about it.
John Valencia, he went to Starter Brothers grocery store in San Bernardino, California. And much like all of us, we wonder why there are so many people being able to watch us at self-checkout and not being able to just hop on a register and help us. And he had a lot of stuff. And so he just simply asked if they could open a new register line. And the manager was very rude.
And I was like, well, thank you. Great customer service. And at that time is when he responded and he goes, what'd you say? And I was like, well, great customer service. I was saying, excuse me, sir. And you ignored me. I seen that he was angry. I didn't think that he was going to put his hands on me.
There were so many people in that store and so many employees and so many people that were given the chance to help and nobody did. She was the only one. And I know that she couldn't have done much physically against all those people. So I'm just thankful that she did record it and that she was willing to share that recording.
He was choked and body slammed.
Because he asked for them to open another register?
And the manager was not having it.
Holy
and
Anna.
then he was just like, don't be rude to me. And then they got into a verbal altercation that led to the manager putting his hands on this customer. Oof. But who's kind of at that point where you're just like, I don't want you watching me. Like, if you could hop on a register, like, I don't know the rules, but all I know is I've changed where I shop because the new place that I go to.
You got to speak with your money. You got to speak with your money.
Yeah.
And just, you don't like something somewhere, then you just got to move on, financially.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.